How you doing, guys? So we're gonna talk about bullying issues that we have in schools in our society. Now, it's all started when we lived uh, in the tribes. So we had to. What happened is when we lived in ancient times, we always had shortage of the main resource. Like, for example, we had enough water we could get, we could sleep, we could breathe, but the fourth element, its main resource, it's food. So we were lacking of that food. Now, because we were lacking that resource, it wasn't enough food, and always in ancient time it was starving. So people, it wasn't really people those times. It was like, like pre-evil man, you can call, and they ate other men. We were like cannibals in ancient times. Now, by the way, that's oral vector. If you check my 8-vector psychology, it was the oral vector who started all that, because the one who are sensitive in that uh, mouth, they have those needs to stimulate the mouth. So uh, the oral vector person, but so what happened is we had we had to but we had some kind of rule in our tribe. We had also urethral vector in the tribe who didn't let all, all this thing happen in our tribe, so we're not gonna kill each other and beat each other, eat each other. We had the ruler, we had urethral vector person, the leader of the tribe. So he didn't let do that in our tribe, but he let do it in other tribes. So we can go for war, we can fight, we can kill other tribes, eat other tribes. Now, in nature, is the same thing. You can see like weak, yeah, like eat, eaten by stronger, like lions, they eat deers and stuff. Like everything eats everything in our nature. So it's kind of naturally. So what happened is, um, by the way, when all this holiday, how holiday started in ancient times, when we had when we ate somebody, it was like a holiday in the tribe. So that's, by the way, how holiday started. So now what happened is, if we lack in that urethral vector in the tribe, if we don't have that leader in our group, in even in present society these days, like in school, let's say, and even if we have one, by the way, sometimes there is two leaders in a group. We have to separate them. That's what they need to do in schools. They need to separate, put them in another class or in another group. And if they see there is another urethral red vector kid, child. Now, it's not enough to be urethral vector as a leader. Somebody have to develop, somebody have to explain it to the child, his role, what he has to do, how he protects others. Because if we don't have that leader, we don't have that, let's say, judge in the group, then what happened, dormal vector people, usually it's dormal vector, they trying to uh, you can say like show off and show who's like stronger and more, like obviously in front of the girls. So in order to be stronger, they have to humiliate or put somebody down and make somebody weaker. So they do it in their same group. and this way they can kind of become stronger versus that person that is weaker. So what they do, they just gonna be fighting and showing off one in front of the other one, and if we're lacking that spiritual leader, if we're lacking that person who can balance all that, who can protect the weaker, who can put the group in its archetype of our tribe, like we have somebody protecting tribe, somebody's helping tribe. So we're gonna have those issues because your ritual vector person, the leader, it doesn't have those needs of showing off because it's not his personality. He's not he doesn't have that feeling of envy, of jealousy. He doesn't need all that because his role is to lead the tribe, to protect the tribe, to protect his group, to protect his people. So he doesn't have that natural need. Now, if we find that leader and we put him in every group of our society, and we develop that person, we help him to become stronger leader, because otherwise he can become a criminal and lead a gang. So we have to also be careful with that, because most of the time when they get undeveloped, they become criminals, and they get a group of gangs and criminals. So we have to develop his vector. We have to develop that person the way that he can protect and lead his group, his tribe, somewhere, some goals, and this way he's gonna balance it, so we're not gonna have those issues in the society. All right, so see you guys in the next video. Take care.